Hi girly boys! Today I will talk about the darkest things and fears that crossdressers and transgenders are going through in the society, and this is the problem of passing as a girl. And most of us are worried. Do I pass? Do I blend in? Because it's good to blend in, because this way you will not have any problems with mean people. Because guess what? Passing is invented by mean people that don't accept what they are considered maybe to be something strange. So, by trying to pass, you are hiding sometimes your real identity for those people, or actually because of those people. Because suddenly some of us go from the area where you try to act like a boy because you knew that acting feminine is perceived wrong by some people in our society, you are going into a place where the society forces you to act maybe more feminine that is necessary. Because actually they're the same people that are faulted by this. Because those people are the people that told you as a boy that you're not acting man enough, and now they are telling you, well, you wanted to be a woman, why are you not having the gestures of a woman, sir? Yeah, and they are mean people, and they are misgender you for this. And this is totally because of just one thing. One little hair that you may have on your face, for example, or manly voice, or thick eyebrows. Things that, sure, a biological woman has if she has more testosterone, for example, and you know, it's okay. And of course, if this kind of thing happen, it's not your fault, my dear, not at all. You know why? Because the concept of passing is actually a bullshit. But sadly, as we have to deal with lots of things, we have to deal with concept of passing too. Because if we don't, we will be bullied by the society, but also by Blair White and other transgender beauties that promote the idea of passing for so many years. Makeup, implants, surgeries, hormones, expensive products, go to a salon, things that we, the plebs, cannot afford actually. Yes! Not even the makeup that they are using. Because guess what? We are not the same. We are not living the lifestyle of the rich and the famous. And besides that, we are living in a different parts of the world. So the pattern of the LA transgender women can't apply to all of us. And look, you have to know that all transgenders are the bravest person on the earth. Because they do a thing that wasn't even real 100 years ago. They sacrifice, they inspire, they also change minds. Telling the people that trans actually is not just a category of porn. This is very cool because now there are transgenders in the government, which is amazing. And transgenders that actually have jobs that are not only in the porn industry anymore. And I don't have anything with the porn industry, but this means that we evolve actually as a society. And also those things are telling the society that we were wrong about judging by the appearance. But it's true that society will never learn this lesson because this happened many times, and sadly we will always have minorities and they will be judged by the looks, by passing actually. And it's so frustrating because we never learn this lesson that the appearance doesn't fucking matter. Because we still have misconceptions about the people that regard skin tones, ethnicity, nationality, sexuality. For example, in Romania we have gypsies that don't call themselves gypsies, they call themselves Romanians for getting a job and for running away from the concept of being a gypsy because people are are some people that are hating them for just being gypsies. But the passing concept, it's a very strange thing, because when people are talking about passing, are actually talking about scales of beauty, about how feminine you are and how smooth you move. Like, you know, people think that all the girls in the world should move smoothly than a man, which is very, very stereotypical. But in this case, people know that you are not born as a biological girl. On social media, at least, they know. Because I've never heard actually someone talking about a biological girl if she's passing or not. So what we can do? Change the minds of the society? Well, it's pretty hard, but we can do this in time. Can we just throw out the standards of beauty? Well, maybe, but there is a long way, and many of us will be called in the meantime transvestites. Like, I don't know, this is actually the Romanian word for cross-dressing, and I don't really like this word. Or some of us will be misgendered by some Ben Shapiro that don't want to admit when he actually sees a woman.
I don't know who Laverne Cox is.
The guy from, the transgender woman from Orange is the New Black.
I never watched that show.
I've never watched that show either, but she's on the cover of Time magazine.
Oh.
Or he's on the cover of Time magazine.
Saying she or he in the way he did here is just poor ignorance that relates to the evil plan that this little mandork has created. He knows that what he sees here is a woman, but also he knew that this woman is transgender, and it happened to know this because she is a public person. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, or as I always say, girly boys, if she wasn't a public person, no one will ever know that she is transgender. And this thing can happen in our non-celebrity world too. Why? Because, simple, people are mean and they try to discourage us because they don't understand what it means to stay in a cage and don't express as you want for many years. And the saddest part of this is that after we accept ourselves, we have to pass for them and not only for us. Which is the worst thing that can happen, to care too much about the society. And I do care too much about it because I have the fear of the bad postures, for example, or bad situations. I live, as most of us do, in a very conservative country where it's not okay to be different. It's actually a shame to be different because trans or gay people used to be mocked at the television, and it doesn't change too much in those years. And again, imagine this. If in USA isn't normal yet to be different, and by normal I say no discrimination at all, and not only in USA, in France, for example, is the same thing, well, imagine how is this in a, I don't know, a lower tier country, like a maybe third world country or less. But the real fact is that wherever you live, you want people to see you as you see yourself, and this is pretty normal. But also people are stupid and they are making your existence about themselves, and they are not empathic at all. How can I explain this to my children? Says the anti-vax mom. Those trans people ruins my landscape, says the dad while he's teaching his son how to hunt a deer. Hey, society, do we have some empathy? I mean, it's so good that we are billions of people on the earth that are really doing bad things to our planet. Yeah, for sure. Listen to me, those hunters are guilty for the fact that passing as a girl and beauty exists. Well, I explained this to you because it's very simple. Because those hunters don't hunt the deer because they are hungry, because you know we have lots of markets for this. They are hunting to hang the head of the poor animal in their living room for the sake of the medieval beauty. Because yes, this is a medieval thing when you always think about the standards of beauty. Standards that are changing from day to day. Because of those hunters and because beauty products and capitalism. Whoa, how do I dare to say this? I mean, I can't blame capitalism. I mean, I'm living in a post-communist country. Capitalism saved my life. That's why I'm addicted to Coke. Many things that we are doing right now as a human being, we are doing for the others. And if the society accepts us and praise us, we will feel better. And it's a very normal thing. We are not posting photos on Instagram and expect to get only one like from our other account that we are using for spy people. But it's funny to spy people. Anyway, same thing with passing. So of course you'll feel better if you will pass as you want and not explain to everyone what you've been through. And that means that the concept of passing doesn't even exist for you anymore. And it's weird because when I watch videos from some transgender's journey, almost all of them have the same patterns in the transition. And I want to tell you that for being beautiful and feel good about yourself, it's not necessary to go through all of those processes. I mean, don't do this just because the society wants you to pass. And I mean that is not a must. But again, if you want, go for it. I mean, there are your money, your body, your confidence, and your confidence should not depend on what other thinks. I know this sounds kind of utopian, but it's true. The society should know that they shouldn't expect from all of us to look like a Barbie, for example, and it's nothing wrong to look like a Barbie. But because of this, this is sad, because this is where the patriarchal society gets us, to a place where beauty is judged only by men. And we know that mostly of men like big breasts, for example. And also by the messages that I get in my inbox on Instagram, it seems that they also like big cock. So if we will go by the men's standards, we should have only big things for their fantasies, for the hunters. But hey, again, don't do these things for the hunters, because we all know what hunters do. They just use our life for their satisfaction. I mean, we are not trying to get to Dan Bilzerian's boat or something like this. I mean, we are trying to live a normal life and be a part of the society. But the saddest part is when people from the same community misgender or criticize you for not being feminine enough. It's like you are at a talent show for being feminine enough, and some judge like on X Factor or The Voice or things like this are like specialized on this stuff, and we actually know that those judges from those shows are actually not specialized at all. And also when they are doing this, it's like they were reading a Bible of femininity or something like this. But hey, those people should know that we are not living in a royal court under some feminine gestures protocol. And also I think that this type of critique of not being feminine enough came from a misogynistic world. Well, yes, if we don't pass, sadly, this might ruin our day, but it's not our fault, not at all. It's those little Ben Shapiro's fault that are ignorant and judge things by medieval criteria of morality and beauty. So we have to be patient and stay safe, and things will be brighter for all of us. I'm sure that this will happen. So yeah, this was the video, and thank you very much for watching, and as always, excuse my English because I'm not a native speaker. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you don't like it, press the dislike button, and maybe you can write in the comment why you didn't like it. Of course, you can write any opinion in the comments down below. And please, if you like it and you want to support my channel, you can do it by subscribing to it, and also you can make some donations on Patreon or Papal. Links are in the description below, where it's also my Instagram, and I'm closer to hit 10k followers on Instagram. So if you don't follow me already on Instagram, please go there and do it, because it will help me very much. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay awesome.